Hey, I'm back with my Thoughtful Thursdays, and over the last 1 week, I've been thinking about sensorials and the whole sensory experience that a brand can elevate for the consumer. And I've called this the art of scenting. And the art of scenting is very interesting. In fact, one Rockefeller 2010 report says that 35% of what we smell remains with us. And that affects the left brain, which is the limbic system, which keeps all the memories, the emotions, and the moods. And that sparked a thought in my head. And I want to talk about three brands, and I use all of them, which have been around. So my first one is Nivea the Creme. We all remember the small blue dabba of cream, and every time you open that, it gives you a scent that stays with you. It's about care, it is soothing. And if you really, you can Google it, and it talks about a particular fragrance. And even when you use your lotion, and sometimes I just use, the lotion that's lying around, I just feel so good because it harks back to the smell that I know. It has created a particular mood and a memory. And for me, that memory is with my mom who introduced me to Nivea. And I've grown up with that. The right use of scent can evoke the right memories and right feelings. So that is example number one. Example number two is Pears. And I was reading how Pears was created. And if you look at it, it was this translucent glycerine soap, which was supposed to be good for our skin, gentle. And every time I use Pears, and I actually bought Pears to use, it just gives me the feeling of gentleness. It again goes back to the memories of my own childhood of having used Pears. The ad, if you remember, using it on my daughter. And now I'm using it, and every time I use it, I feel I'm using something gentle on my skin. And I love the color and I love the smell. Of course, I think they've changed something with the notes of the fragrance. But it still is Pears for you. And my third example is I love this brand, Comfort. And every time I use Comfort, I love the way the whole house smells. It's so warm, cuddly, cocooning. And I just love it. And when I traveled on work, there's this lady who said, sometimes you don't use a deodorant, but if you have used Comfort, you just smell good. And these companies, whether it is the Comfort brand, Pears, Nivea, they work extremely hard on getting the fragrances right, the notes right. And therefore, I would like brands to invest in scent. What is the scent that you leave when a customer is using your brand? And there's a whole science behind it. And I would encourage you to read and take the trouble to do that. So if you like what I say and you want to know more, reach out.